Hey there, colorful quilters. Welcome to This Week in Color. So it's been a minute since we've done This Week in Color. And to be honest, I've missed it. I love coming on and teaching about color. This is just like a little video. Normally it's like 15 minutes. Sometimes it's 30 minutes. And it's just a color quickie, if you will. I know that we all are busy, so sometimes just watching these videos can be all you need to feel like you've made progress on your color journey. So we're going to take some time and just set up your color chips or refresh your color chips. So new members, this is a perfect time for you to figure out what kind of color chips you want to use. If you want to use the Playful Color Swatch library, and just as a reminder, this is a printed library of swatches that I can send to you free of charge. It's included in your membership, but this is something that I will send you if you don't want to make an investment in a Kona color card. This is like $45. It's almost more the time involvement that is the barrier to me than it is the cost. This is kind of tough to cut up. So I want you to know that if you don't have a swatch library, I will send you a swatch library. So new members, this is a great time for you to get set up your color chips so you can start playing with color with your hands here. And gold members, old members, this is a great time for you to revisit your color chips and do some analysis. Like, is your color chip system working for you? How can you make it better? How can you make it easier for you to play with color? I'm going to show you how I set up my color system. I'm going to walk you through setting up a color chip system here, but this is just one way, and this is just one person's way to do it. So you gold members, chime in with your method, because your method might be that missing piece that a new member or someone else might need to hear. And you might be sharing that aha moment that someone needs to hear to really unlock a key piece in their color chip system. So in this segment, I'm going to walk you through my color chip system refresh. So I've been playing with color chips for a long time, probably over 5 years. And as you can imagine, I've cut up a few Kona Solids color cards. And I think the first one I cut up, the Kona color card, I think it had something around 270 colors, and then they started adding colors every year or so. I used to try to keep up with the colors they kept adding, and I just kind of gave up. And I started just working with what I had, but I have quite a few systems, and it's gotten kind of mishmashed and kind of mingled together in a way that is overwhelming to me. And so I'm taking it upon myself to just pause for a minute and kind of regroup and take another Kona color card and cut it up and just kind of start afresh. So I'm going to show you what I have on my table. I did want to say it doesn't have to be Kona color. It doesn't have to be Kona solids. I use Kona because I use a lot of solids in my own personal work. So if you like solids, it can be a different fabric manufacturer. I just use Kona because it's easy for me. So whatever is easy for you, pick what's easiest for you. Okay, so just to give you a look at my different color systems, what I have now, just so we're on the same page. So these are the color chips that I use routinely. These are all the color chips in my signature color palette library. And these are the color chips that I can come over here and start building palettes from pretty consistently. And this has really worked well for me. And I love the system. I'm a piler, and it works well for me. But what I'm kind of getting caught up in, and you can see I'm kind of building out a palette. I saw these colors and I'm like, ooh, this is kind of spring-like. I like that purple with that grass green. I think I'm going to get rid of this green, make it more chartreuse, and then maybe bring in some orange here. So I'm kind of getting distracted here, but that's kind of cool because then you can see how I use these colors to build out color palettes that I might explore. Okay, so this pile has started to get mixed up with this system. In my head, I keep a full Kona color card cut up in here, and ideally this will have all the colors on a Kona color card within this box. Now, what's happened over the past year or so is I've had some creep coming from like going from here to there. So I've noticed that I've got you know, a couple duplicates in here. And so I'm missing some in here. And it's not a big deal, but it is starting to feel a little bit overwhelming. So I'm taking the time to do a reset. And I thought you guys might like to see how I would cut up a Kona card. I'm going to put this away for now. We're going to do a reset. And I am going to cut up this Kona color card, or at least get started. You can do the same thing with this swatch library here. I've got my paper scissors, I've got my paper rotary cutter here, and for now, I've got an extra plastic bag, and I think what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to take everything that's in here and put it into this plastic bag. This is going to be a retired Kona Color Chips. Inside here, it was a Kona Color card that didn't have as many flavors. It only had like 320 flavors, for example. I'm just trying like, what's the best way I can dump this out? Let's give it a whirl, guys. Oh my gosh. This is a disaster. Like a glove. That was smooth. Smooth. Oh my gosh. But so you see, this is an old Kona color card, but it didn't have all the colors. So I've got like little pieces of fabric that are just kind of, you know, stressing me out a little bit. This was like the scene in the Titanic where the Titanic goes under, and like, that's a poor macabre analogy. Very poor. We're going to clean this up and we're going to move on. Okay, so I've got a cutting mat here, and in the past I've cut up these cards with just my paper scissors, and it's been a workout on my hands. It's something that would take a couple of days just because I would get to a point where my wrists would feel really exhausted. So I heard that you could do this with a rotary cutter, and so I thought I'd give that a whirl. And one trick I want to share with you, now you might not have this problem now, but when you start on your second Kona color card or whatever color card, you are going to have situations where your color cards, they're going to intermingle. And so I'm going to try a new trick. Okay, so I'm just lining this up. Oh, you know what? That was way easy. Okay, but that was just the side there. So I wanted you to see, I'm just going to line up down here. Yeah, I want to make sure I capture the names of the fabric. Very important. Now, the only thing that I'm kind of worried about is I might slip, and that might do some damage. Okay, so let's cut this. These are so pretty. I love seeing the Kona colors together. Okay, so one cool thing about the Kona color card is it's got this like swatch of fabric on the back, and I think they do that just to show the texture of the fabric. So if you were, I don't know, you would be able to like see what it would be in the flesh, so to speak. This is almost like back to school shopping. Like you're getting your color tools, your school supplies, and you're setting up your planner. You're setting up your crayon box. I think in the interest of time, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to set this aside. Look at all these pretty fabrics. Love it. And I've got my blues. I've got not all the blues, and I've got not all the greens. So there's a little part of me where like I feel like I could trim this in tighter, but I'm not going to stress about that. Or maybe I should stress about that now. Let me stress about that now, because it'd be easier to cut them all than to cut them individually. For this Bahama blue right here, it's got another word right here. So let's get in real tight. You can see this one, the name is double lined. So I'm using my ruler. I'm just lining up some of the lines on my ruler, making sure I've captured all the words for my Bahama blue. And there we go. This little piece, that was kind of anal, but I feel better about it now. So for this one, I don't have to worry about, well, Candy Green has a second line. It's kind of finicky, but it'll be easier to just trim everything now as opposed to trimming one by one later. Ooh, this one's good. This one doesn't have any second line, so I can trim this nice and tight. So I'm kind of thinking ahead, like, because I'm going to be taking pictures of these and I want them to look really good. How pretty is this? We've got that dark evergreen right here, and we go all the way to that nice Aruba. Look at that colors, like that deep dive right there. Beautiful. Okay, last one to trim up nice and tight. All right, so the one trick I wanted to show you, when you get to a point where you're going to have several color card in circulation, it might be helpful to just mark on the back, just like a mark or something, just so you know that these belong to the same set. So that's what I'm kind of doing here. So I try to get out a Sharpie, and I hope this is one of those Sharpies that actually lasts instead of, I feel like sometimes they get rubbed off. Okay, and this is just going to help me differentiate my color cards that I have in circulation. So I wish I had done that with my first color cards. Okay, so at this time, at this particular moment in this video, I've got my Kona color cards cut into strips here. I've marked the back so I can differentiate this card from my other cards in the past and for future color cards. And so now I want to cut them up into individual color chips here. So let's do that. Ooh. Okay, I might have a color card situation on my hand. My Sharpie isn't color safe, so it is rubbing off. So if you do this little trick, maybe instead of picking a fancy shimmery one, try a regular black Sharpie. Hopefully I won't have any lasting effects. Okay, so I'm trimming that. Now I'm just going to be trimming these apart right here. And I want to try to split the difference between the fabric. And this is going to be a little bit tougher. I have to put some more muscle behind. So this is definitely a sacrificial rotary blade here. And so for some of these colors, it's almost hard to tell them apart. So that makes it a little bit challenging. Okay, and I've done it where I've accidentally nicked a neighbor. And let me see if I can show you what that looks like. Sometimes these will fray a little bit, especially if I accidentally cut too deep into one. So sometimes there's a little bit of fraying. Normally that's not too much of an issue. But if it happens, just pull the frayed piece of fabric off and move on. Kind of excited to have some new colors to play with. There's a couple new colors on here on this particular green strip. Okay, I was just going to say I am kind of excited about this Ferndale one. This is one I haven't had a chance to play with because it's a new color. So let me take a moment here and just kind of clean the backs of my poor color cards. Okay, last one here, because I'm going to put these into my color chip system. There's a mark on the back of this, and it's not the pretty brassy mark it once was, but it's not going to get on my color chips. So I'm going to go ahead and put these into my system here, my organization thing. And this is one of those embroidery boxes. And so I'm going to gather up all these greens, put them all in, and let's see, I think I had my greens somewhere, but I can reorganize these when and if I need to. Now, when I first started doing this, I tried to keep them really organized, like in a pile like this, so I could see them all. That was really pretty for a while, and it made me feel really good about that, but I couldn't maintain that, and it just became a pile. And that's just how I work. I'm a piler. And so this system is perfect for me because it kind of organizes my piles of color chips. So it works really well for me until it needs a little refresher down the line. So at this point in my process, I have some of my color chips cut up and organized into my color chip organizer. So you guys saw me do my greens here, and they're in here. I have my other strips here, and I've got the mark on the back. And these are ready to be chipped down into chips. And then I've got the rest of my color card all ready to be cut up. This would probably be a couple hours or a good Netflix movie, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hour long Netflix movie. Nice, fun, relaxing time spent getting my color cards cut up and organized. So that is where I am in my process. I am going to keep doing this whole process with my rotary cutter here. I found that that's really a pretty fast way compared to the scissors here. So I'm going to keep doing that. Okay, so this is how I prep my Kona color card for color play. Guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me this evening. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you very soon on the internet. All right, bye for now.